Smith County officials need your help this morning tracking down a man wanted for child sexual assault.
Plus, the search for Nancy Guthrie continues as billboards asking for help pop up across the nation, including here in Texas. The latest on that search coming up.
And a TK Gorman Sr. got the surprise of a lifetime yesterday, thanks to UT Tyler.
And we'll still stay warm for today, this time with a little bit more cloud cover ahead of our next system. We'll take a look at all the details coming up in your forecast. So stay right there because Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
7:02 this morning. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Jesus Martinez.
We're so glad you're with us. I'm Dana Dixon. Let's get over to meteorologist Joel Robinson in the Weather Center. Looking a little dreary out there this morning, so I guess that kind of speaks of what's to come this week.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of a gloomy day, but luckily it'll feel pretty nice. Temperatures will still be pretty mild. They're already starting off on a pretty warm note here across the area. 65 the current temperature in Tyler, but we do have a south-southwesterly breeze of 15 miles per hour, so definitely make sure to hold on to your hats on your way out this morning. Temperatures all across the area are in the low to mid 60s. Got 66 in Henderson, 62 in Carthage, 65 in Tyler, Mineola, Gilmer, all the way up into Mount Pleasant, 63 in Athens, and also 63 the current temperature in Palestine. We'll eventually head for the 70s, pretty close to 80 for today. I think the cloud cover will kind of limit our temperatures from crossing the 80-degree mark for today, but still pretty warm. We should be around 60 degrees right now. Instead, we're again making a run for the middle to upper 70s. Those clouds will continue to hang around. That's ahead of our next system, which will be bringing in some rain showers into Wednesday morning. 70 degrees for the high there, 75 as we decrease that cloud cover into Thursday. We'll get a little bit of a break from that rain until Saturday. We got some heavier rain on the way. I'll show you what that looks like in your 7-day forecast up ahead.
Thank you, Joel. Well, Smith County authorities are searching for a man this morning wanted for sexual assault and abuse of a child.
Yeah, they still need your help in finding him. Officials say Filiberto Rodriguez Mora is considered dangerous. He was last known to be living on Cantu Road 413. That's near Charlotte Pounds Regional Airport. He's now believed to be hiding at different locations with friends, and deputies say he may be driving a tan Toyota Sequoia with Texas license plates NWG 3486, which is registered to a family member. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Smith County Sheriff's Office immediately. Meanwhile, his wife, Claudia Dominguez, has been arrested. Authorities say she knew about the abuse but failed to report it and even coached children to lie to investigators about his whereabouts. In some cases, those kids were promised food in exchange for lying.
Lufkin ISD voters are being asked to weigh in on a major investment in the district's future. The school board has unanimously voted to call a bond election for May 2nd, putting a $140.25 million proposal before voters in two separate propositions. Proposition A would focus on upgrades at Lufkin High School, including expanded career and technical education classrooms, a new agriculture barn, campus safety and security improvements, and the purchase of new school buses. Proposition B would center on athletics with $42 million earmarked for construction of a new Lufkin High School stadium. District leaders say the bond package is the result of months of input from a community advisory committee. Now, voters in Gladewater ISD will also soon decide on a multi-million-dollar bond proposal approved during last night's school board meeting. The $8.1 million plan, spread over 15 years, would fund a range of projects, from upgrading school buses with state-mandated seat belts to HVAC improvements and even classroom renovations. Superintendent Rayanne Patty says the focus is on improving learning environments for students while keeping the tax rate the same. She says the updates will particularly benefit CTE programs, helping students become more workforce ready.
It's our town, it's our school district, and I want to be able to provide the best school district for everyone in this city so that we can, help with economic development. It helps the city bring in more businesses, and so we want to continue the growth here in Gladewater so that we will be able to grow as a city and as a school district and be a premier school district where students want to come and choose to come.
Voters will have the final say on May 2nd when the bond proposal goes to the ballot.
7:06 this morning. Time now for your morning headlines. It's been over a week since Nancy Guthrie was reported missing. Within the last 24 hours, Today's Show co-host Amanda Guthrie posted a new video, this one asking for the public's help in finding her mom. Guthrie says she believes her mother is out there somewhere and says her family is at an hour of desperation as the search for Nancy Guthrie stretches now into a second week. Authorities continue to look for clues but have yet to identify a suspect or a person of interest in this case. And as that search continues, new billboards are going up across the country, including this one spotted in the Houston area. More have been seen out west in Dallas. They're urging anyone with information about the missing 84-year-old to call the FBI. We've now learned the cause of death for actress Catherine O'Hara. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed that she died after suffering from a pulmonary embolism, which is when a blood clot blocks an artery in the lungs. It happened while she was battling rectal cancer. She's been in treatment for the cancer since March of last year. Catherine O'Hara was 71 years old when she died. She was known for her roles in Home Alone and Schitt's Creek. And take a look at this video. A single-engine plane forced to make an emergency landing in the middle of a busy road in Georgia. Police say the pilot reported problems with the engine and tried to turn back around to the airport before the plane went down in Gainesville. That's a city about 60 miles northeast of Atlanta. The plane crashed into three other cars, and police say there were a few minor injuries. But thankfully, everyone is expected to be okay.
Well, UT Tyler Admissions is making some surprise visits to East Texas high schools, hand-delivering some life-changing news to a handful of standout seniors.
Literally, our #1 candidate this year was Sylvie Gear. Sylvie.
TK Gorman Sr. Sylvie Gear was one of the first students to learn she's been selected as a UT Tyler Honors Scholar. University leaders surprised her with the announcement in front of her classmates. This year, more than 600 students applied for the prestigious program, but only 20 were chosen, each receiving a 4-year scholarship worth $10,000 a year. Sylvie plans to study engineering and says hard work and getting involved made all the difference.
I've prioritized my academics for sure, had great relationships with my teachers, and I've pretty much jumped at every opportunity to get involved, whether it's Model UN or the academic teams, just really embraced everything.
Each of these students are high academic rigor, but also great students and great people that want to be involved and develop in their college journey, and so we're honoring these students, trying to keep them in East Texas.
UT Tyler, their team, will be dropping in on more East Texas high schools over this week.
.09 now. A 9-year-old in West Omaha can light up the basketball court, but he's fighting a battle most kids can't imagine. From lonely hospital rooms to a forever family, True Beath shows courage, strength, and a heart that won't quit. Bill Shamer shares more.
I don't miss. You don't miss?
At a gym in West Omaha, it's a game of knockout on the basketball court. That's True in the beige vest. Sure, he can get a little short of breath, but this 9-year-old pushes life to its limits.
Yeah, I play with my brothers and sisters in the sports court, like basketball.
You'd never guess the fight he truly battles every day.
We don't love True's heart disease. We know, like, it had a bigger purpose, you know, so it was meant to be.
Amy Beathy is a pediatric anesthesiologist. 5 years ago, True was her patient.
He was sitting there all alone, and it just kind of took me back that this 4-year-old was going to be undergoing heart surgery and just no one was there.
He's one of the roughly 1 in 110 kids who were born with a congenital heart disease.
He has a severe form of congenital heart disease where essentially one of the sides of his heart is underdeveloped, or what we call hypoplastic.
Pediatric cardiologist Dr. Jason Cole met True as a baby.
So he essentially has one side of the heart to do 2 sides worth of work.
He's now guided him through 3 heart surgeries.
He's a true inspiration to us all, and we get strength watching him go through his battles and then also seeing his successes as well.
Ryan Beathy remembers the conversation when Amy got home from that surgery.
We went up and met True in the hospital, and it didn't take long to fall in love with him and know that we needed him in our family.
That surgery was January 2021. By February, True was staying with the Beathys.
There's so many people that need the extra help,
Soon after, True Beefy was adopted.
The trickle effect that it has, like, they make us better people, and it's just, you can't imagine your life without them.
He's truly become my son. You know, I would battle for him like anybody else, you know, when it comes to his health.
Yeah, you're a mama bear and you fight hard.
From a life of lonely hospital rooms to the love of a large family.
It's been good because they've been nice. They're caring.
Tense games of Uno.
What a reverse.
And basketball. When asked to describe Amy and Ryan, True keeps it simple.
They're my mom and dad, and there's nothing wrong.
But the fight is far from over. All of these surgeries, just temporary fixes.
We're trying to buy him as much time as we can until he'll eventually need a heart transplant. We know that day's coming.
That timeline is still unclear, but a battle-tested True is always ready for the knockout.
Keep going, like, don't stop.
Well, 5 young men just made history by becoming the largest group of African American Eagle Scouts ever inducted together. Up next, we share their incredible journey and what it means for the next generation.
It's 7:13 this morning. Welcome back. A South Carolina community is absolutely proud of 5 young men who not only achieved the rank of Eagle Scout, but made the state history in the process. Shannon Taylor has their story.
History was made Saturday for 5 young men from Scouting America Troops 500 and 190. They became the largest group of African American Eagle Scouts inducted together in South Carolina history. The newest inductees, all teenagers, mastered at least 21 merit badges, served in leadership roles, and completed major community service projects designed to create lasting impact.
It's surreal. It's extremely surreal. It was definitely there were definitely some roadblocks, especially with the whole COVID situation. You know, it slowed down a lot of the progress that we were able to make, but we stuck through it, and I'm glad I did.
Being the youngest out of these guys made me feel have some weight on it, being that I got to stick around, help some of the younger guys under me out. There's some kids out here nowadays that's not doing this, and I suggest that they come and try to join the program. They seek this goal also, to have something to carry behind their name.
Fewer than 6% of Scouts nationwide each reach the rank of Eagle Scout, a distinction that requires years of dedication, leadership, and service.
I just started as a kid, grew up in it, and to be here now is great. Well, I plan, it's my home church, so I plan to come back and help out with the younger generation. We have people that are former Eagle Scouts that come back and help us, so I just want to return a favor and help out somebody else.
And here now it's like, wow, like kind of feel like it's like cloud 9. This is like, I worked so hard. I saw others getting an Eagle before me. It's like, God, He did all this. God gets the glory and the praise for this, and I just thank God He allowed me to be here.
This means a whole lot to me, Like I said, like Mr. Ron said earlier in the ceremony speech when he was up on the pulpit, not a lot of individuals get to achieve this rank. It's a very small percentage, and being amongst the few, especially as young black men, it holds a lot,
Longtime Scoutmaster Ron Mosley said he's proud to present this achievement and looking forward to what these young men do in the future.
This is just a monumental occasion that's going on because these young men, I've been with them for a long time, so I know what they're capable of doing and what they will do in the future.
As Black History Month celebrates past trailblazers, these 5 Eagle Scouts are writing a powerful chapter of their own, one built on service, excellence, and example.
Make sure to join us for the CBS19 Black History Month special celebrating resilience across East Texas and the trailblazers who paved the way for future generations. Don't miss these powerful stories airing February 26th at 6:30 p.m. and again on March 1st only on CBS19. Lots of people watched the Super Bowl for the game, but for many, it was about those commercials. Some made us laugh, some, pulled those heartstrings, and some were just not plain unforgettable. So we want to know, what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial? There's one that really caught me off guard. It was the karaoke one, because I really thought someone turned off the game.
Oh, I don't think I saw that one.
It was towards the beginning, still in the first quarter, but I was grabbing food and I was like, who changed it and why are people singing all of a sudden?
What just happened?
It was a commercial the entire time, which is very smart to get people's attention, I will say that.
I liked the one that the USA Today ad meter was voted by people, not USA Today, but the people that they selected, which was the one with the Clydesdale and the bald eagle.
Yes.
I always like the ones that make me shed a tear. But I also enjoyed the Dunkin' commercial with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Aniston and all the people that were in that one. It made me laugh.
There was also the Benson Boone one too.
Yes, with the Ben Stiller.
Where people joke around that Benson Boone is going to fall from his flips, and in this commercial he did. But it was all part of the fun and games as well.
I thought Ben Stiller was the one that fell.
Was it?
Yeah.
They look the same. And in that commercial, they did look the same.
So you go and tell us what you think. Did anybody say what
there's quite a few people. The Clydesdales one is what people were saying. The Budweiser commercial, so State Farm one was good as well. Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, of course.
Can't forget him. His was good too. So lots of good ones out there as well. So
if you missed them, you can go watch them on YouTube. A lot of them are there right now. All right, tell us how things are looking as we get ready to head out this morning. It's a little dreary, but other than that, any trouble on the road?
Yeah, no trouble on the roadways. Things are looking nice and clear so far on I-20. 2 hours over to Dallas with an hour and 30 minutes over to Shreveport. We like to say that because we got some pretty standard numbers on our I-20 report. So nothing to really worry about so far. No issues on US 69 either. We have 2.5 hours up to Denison with an hour and 30 minutes down south into Lufkin. 55 minutes from Jacksonville to Nacogdoches, as well as Tyler to Palestine. 40 minutes from Tyler to Longview and Tyler to Athens, up to about 45 minutes at this point. CBS 19 live radar is a pretty clean sweep. We got some moisture off to the south and west. We have the clouds, but no rain so far. The rain will not be arriving until early tomorrow morning. We also got a little bit of fog in some parts of the area, mainly over Crockett and into Groveton, down to 3/4 mile visibilities in Crockett, so definitely be careful if you're heading in that direction. Otherwise, the rest of us should be in pretty good shape, giving you green lights for this morning. And through the afternoon, clouds will stick around, and we'll have some very warm temperatures in the middle to upper 70s.
It wasn't just about playing basketball on the court last night. How UT Tyler honored the heroes who keep our community safe. We'll be right back.
It's time for CBS 19 Sports.
Well, hello and welcome to sports. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. We're glad you're with us. And you know what? Let's just hop right into it. It's early, right? UT Tyler was getting active last night in their home dome against Midwestern State. It was the first responder appreciation night. And you know what? Let Sam Phipps be the first one to show his appreciation. Working the glass and showing off that stash, baby, can make a fireman blush. Patriots getting to work close to the rim all night. Early on, Hudson Anderson made this one the most difficult shot possible, but he made it fall easy. Here comes Midwestern State. David Butler off the bench, just going to go ahead and shoot this one. Bank was open, popped a little smile afterwards. That was one of his 2 threes last night. Didn't stop him from beyond the arc, though. Jonathan Jackson didn't need the backboard there. Straight cash. Caden Jackson, though, wanted a little bit easier shot. Tuck and ran it up the middle for the layup. It's like he was playing in the Super Bowl. Someone needed to stop the bleeding for the Patriots. Get it to Sam Emfinger. Over for trips. Midwestern, though, ends up grabbing this one 69-63. Patriots drop their 3rd game in a row. Hey, the Texas High boys basketball team will be ending their season without their head coach. The UIL determined yesterday morning. Coach Eric Cross will be missing the last 3 games of the season, along with the first week's games of next season. This comes as a punishment for Cross getting ejected from a varsity game on December 12th, 2025, while he was on probation for getting ejected from a middle school game earlier in the year. Well, last night, Carthage football, the family there is mourning the loss of former player Kendrick Bingo Henderson. He was a player that came to the program in 2007, and he was one of the first players that head coach Scott Surratt actually met as a Bulldog. Henderson was known for his work ethic on the field and his character off of it. The Carthage program is asking for prayers for his wife and 2 sons. Well, TJC gave Brady Davis his first coaching gig back in 2021. Since then, he's grown a lot, and it's only made sense that he steps into that empty seat at the top of the helm, something he knows he's ready for. It's one of the most difficult things for an athletic department to do. Keep a good coach. Tyler Junior College found that out after the departure of one of the best coaches in school history.
Tonight, but first, we've got a coaching shakeup at what's become an East Texas junior college powerhouse. TJC head football coach Tanner Jacobson has resigned to accept a coordinator position at a Division I FCS school.
And it nearly happened again with the man who came in to replace him.
You know, I had some opportunities to move on and had kind of verbally, accepted a job at the 4-year level.
But then TJC came in and gave him the opportunity to sit in the big chair and run his own program at just 29 years old.
This place, this community, this college, it's special, and where we're at kind of as a program, kind of having some of the better years that this program's seen in its history. It's an honor to be able to lead from the front.
Jacobson's coaching career began as an Apache after he wrapped up playing quarterback for the University of Memphis and Illinois State. Since then, he's been moving up the ranks under Coach Jacobson.
Being kind of his right-hand man the whole time. He was a young head coach that was figuring things out along the way, and being able to be a young offense coordinator with him, we put a lot of our mind together on a lot of things.
You can expect the offense to look the same. The program and culture building is the new part for Davis, and for that, he's got a few guys to look up to.
Different. I would say Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State's a guy that I, look up to, and he's been a really good mentor to me. He coached me in Memphis. We have a great relationship. He helped me with this process moving into this head coaching role, and I know he's a phone call away.
And Davis knows he can be successful in the job, especially because the blueprint is laid out for him. All he's got to do is look towards his old boss.
Watching him grow through being a head coach, he kind of got going young and maybe, not completely ready for the opportunity when he got it, and kind of being able to watch him grow through it, I think that prepares me better to kind of step into the shoes now.
Some interesting headlines floating around in the NBA yesterday from Mark Stein is that an investment group is eyeing a Mark Cuban partnership to repurchase the Dallas Mavericks. This comes just 3 years after Cuban sold his controlling interest in the team. But if they can't get Luka back with him, then what's the point of any of it? That's all I got for you. Morning, y'all.
All right, 7:25 this morning. We're about to step away for a quick moment while we do our over-the-air broadcast with a quick news update.
We'll be right back with more here on CBS 19 Plus.
morning, all. I'm Jesus Martinez.
And I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for being with us for this news update. Smith County authorities are searching for a man this morning wanted for sexual assault and abuse of a child.
And investigators say they need your help in finding him. Officials say Filiberto Rodriguez Mora is considered dangerous. He was last known to be living on County Road 413. That's near Tyler Pounds Regional Airport. He's now believed to be hiding at different locations with friends. And deputies say he might be driving a tan Toyota Sequoia with Texas license plates NWG 3486, which is registered to a family member. Meanwhile, his wife, Claudia Dominguez, has been arrested. And authorities say she knew about the abuse but failed to report it and even coached children to lie to investigators about his whereabouts, and in some cases were promised food in exchange for lying.
High power bills are hitting hard across East Texas, and now some relief is coming to Rusk County. Later this month, the Get Cap Energy Assistant mobile unit will be in Henderson, helping eligible families apply for federal help to cover their energy cost. The mobile unit will be set up February 18th at the First Baptist Church on West Main from 8 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. Applications are open now, and organizers say applying sooner rather than later could help families manage their bills into summer. Well, if you're still trying to lock down a Valentine's Day dinner reservation, you might want to act pretty fast. According to Open Table, more than half of Americans plan to dine out this Valentine's Day, and all types of relationships are being celebrated, not just romantic ones. Restaurants across East Texas are already booking up fast with reservations pretty full.
The economic impact is enormous, especially downtown where we've been struggling through this, endless construction. So a lot of those slower nights, it definitely affects our tip staff, our servers, our sommelier.
So they're thankful for Valentine's Day. Industry experts say the holiday can account for up to 10% of a restaurant's annual profit, with tips and spending flowing right back into the local community.
I was going to check on that forecast now with Joel. Joel, it is cloudy out there this morning.
Yeah, it is cloudy, a little bit breezy, but all in all still pretty warm for today and for this time of year, really. Temperatures will continue to climb into the middle to upper 70s for the afternoon. The clouds, they're all ahead of our next system of rain, which will be moving in tonight in a bit of a scattered fashion. You can see it on our future skycast. All of it will be moving into the early morning hours of Wednesday, and then by the time we get to around 7 o'clock in the morning, when the bulk of the morning commute really gets going, we should see that rain out of here by then, and we'll end up with some clearing skies for the afternoon, and temperatures will climb into the 60s and 70s for Wednesday afternoon. We'll continue with some relatively clear skies. A few upper level clouds may drift through Thursday morning before becoming mostly clear, and temperatures will be just a little bit warmer in the low to mid 70s. Your 7-day forecast showing those temperatures climbing to the middle to even upper 70s, close to 80 for Friday. We'll continue with some cloudy skies, and then that's going to be ahead of our next wave of some potentially strong thunderstorms on Saturday. We do have a weather impact alert in place, so stay with the CBS19 weather experts for the latest on the forecast.
7:32 this morning. Welcome back to Morning Y'all here on CBS 19 Plus.
This is what's coming up in our second half hour. We will take a closer look at the alleged threats that one man made against Vice President J.D. Vance, the investigation that followed, and the serious consequences he could face.
And she was just 29 years old, full of life and dreams and a big heart, but one sudden moment changed everything. Up next, we share the story of Lulu and the message her family hopes everyone hears.
We're still expecting some very warm temperatures in the next few days with a little bit of rain sprinkled in on Wednesday and a bigger chance of rain coming into the area on Saturday. This is going to be some pretty beneficial rain. We are in a drought, so this will be really beneficial. We'll go over all the details of what we know so far coming up later this half hour.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus. Well, February is American Heart Month this morning, and East Texas family is opening up about a sudden heartbreaking loss of a young loved one. Their story is a powerful reminder of how fragile life can be and how important it is to pay attention to your heart health. CBS 19's Ayana Aird shares their journey and the message they hope will save lives.
We got some family pictures we took here. And then that's Lulu when she was little.
Losing a loved one is never easy, especially when it happens suddenly.
She had a seizure and she went into cardiac arrest and she passed at 29 years old on May 30th, 2025.
Stacia Hardy, known to her family as Lulu, had epilepsy and a history of seizures for 3 years. Her sister Angel says Lulu planned to see a neurologist but passed away 4 months before that appointment. Angel says it was the last thing she ever expected.
You know, it hurt more so like you lost your best friend because we're all so close-knit. So, and she's like the biggest missing piece of our puzzle that's missing right now.
According to the American Heart Association, more than 417,000 cardiac arrests occur each year in the U.S.
Lulu, she was just the little sister that I feel like everybody needed. I feel like if you had Lulu as a sister, you was tested on all. She would protect us. She watched over us.
Lulu's big heart inspired her to pursue a career in neurology.
She had those same diagnoses and those same kind of symptoms that a lot of the patients that we have come in every day have. And it's kind of like, you know what? God just do things in mysterious ways.
Now, her family hopes Lulu's story serves as a reminder for others to take their health seriously.
Go to these cardiovascular surgeons, go to your cardiologist, stay up to date with what's going on with your body.
An unimaginable pain remains, but so does the love she left behind.
A sibling is somebody that you're supposed to have until the very last day, and for her to go so early, it hurts, but I'm glad that we got 29 years, you know.
For CBS 19, I'm Ayana Aird.
Stacia Hardy's birthday would have been today in honor of her life. Her family will host a red balloon release to remember Lulu.
Opening statements began yesterday in a landmark trial involving the world's biggest social media companies, Meta and YouTube. The trial centers around a lawsuit filed against the companies as well as other social media platforms, claiming they're deliberately addicting and harmful. The now 20-year-old plaintiff says the platforms harmed her mental health, giving her anxiety, body dysmorphia, and suicidal thoughts. While the social media companies say they've added guardrails to protect their younger users, a potential ruling in this case could impact hundreds of similar lawsuits.
An Ohio man is now charged after investigators say he made threats against Vice President J.D. Vance. Court documents say a 33-year-old man threatened to track the vice president's location and use an automatic weapon to kill him. He is due back in court tomorrow when the judge will decide whether he stays in custody. As this case moves forward, the arrest comes as several Trump administration officials have reported threats in recent months. Closer to home in Anderson County, officials say an inmate at the Michael unit in Tennessee Colony has died, and his death is being ruled a suicide. 25-year-old Luis Baez was found unresponsive in his cell last Friday and was pronounced dead shortly after 1 a.m. An autopsy has been ordered, and authorities are reviewing the circumstances surrounding his death. Baez had been incarcerated since September of 2023 for evading arrest and having a controlled substance. He was recently admitted to the Michael unit this last November. If you're someone you know is struggling, help is available 24/7 by calling 988, the Suicide in Crisis Lifeline. 7:37 now. Overnight, the FBI said they still have not identified any suspects as the search for the mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie is now in its second week.
Monday, Guthrie posted another video to social media urging the public to give not just their prayers but their help. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn has more from New York.
We believe our mom is still out there.
In her latest video, Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie pleaded for the public's help to find her missing mother, Nancy.
We are at an hour of desperation.
The video was posted Monday, the same day as a second deadline from an alleged ransom note received by news outlets last week. Over the weekend, the Guthrie family posted another video saying they were willing to pay.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her.
In a statement to CBS News last night, the FBI said it is not aware of any continued communication between the Guthrie family and suspected kidnappers, nor has the Bureau identified a suspect or person of interest in this case at this time.
These cases are really tough.
Stephen Jensen is a former FBI assistant director.
I take them at face value that they have nothing right now. That being said, if they do have a credible lead, they're very smart to hold it close to the vest.
As the search for Nancy Guthrie stretches to a 10th day, investigators are honing in on the critical 41-minute window from the night she went missing, between the time the 84-year-old's Ring camera was disconnected to when her pacemaker disconnected from her phone, which was left behind. Critical daily medicines were also left behind. Investigators are also reviewing traffic camera footage and videos from nearby gas stations as the search for answers continues. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The FBI is continuing to urge the public to come forward with information that could help lead to finding Nancy Guthrie. A tip line has been set up. It's 1-800-CALL-FBI.
We have a new video of Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell testifying before the House Oversight Committee. She refused to answer questions invoking her Fifth Amendment rights, and her lawyers say she'll speak only if she's granted clemency by President Trump.
I would like to answer your question, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions.
Yesterday, the Department of Justice began allowing in members of Congress to a secure space to review the unreleased Epstein file cases. One member of Congress told us that there are 4 computers and only pencils and papers allowed, and it might be impossible to get through all those documents.
The Providence, Rhode Island Police Department has released body cam video from the mass shooting at Brown University. While the 20 minutes of video doesn't give us much new insight into what happened, it does show officers clearing rooms and ushering students out of the building. Officials say they wanted to be transparent and accountable, and that the video shows police responded appropriately. The mayor has said no more videos will be released.
Top health officials are raising concerns this morning. More than 4 times the typical yearly number of measles cases have already been reported just 2 months into 2026. Cases span 20 states. However, Texas is not one of them. Texas had its own outbreak last year. South Carolina right now among the hardest hit in the country, and officials say this is the largest U.S. outbreak since the measles was declared eliminated back in 2000. Most cases involve unvaccinated children, and health leaders are urging Americans to get vaccinated. Symptoms include fever, red eyes, and a rash. And officials say unless it's an emergency, call ahead before seeking care to avoid exposing others.
Valentine's Day is this weekend, and while millions of people will celebrate being in love, others are dealing with heartbreak. A business in Corpus Christi is helping make repairs when people's anger and frustration gets the best of them. Jada Jenkins spoke to owners about the Heartbreak Museum that he's created.
Valentine's Day is a moneymaker where a lot of guys do a lot of wrong and bricks come through windows.
At After Hours Auto Glass on Baldwin, heartbreak doesn't just hurt, it leaves evidence. Some of these are heavy.
Yeah, like that one right there, that's the one that broke all the windows.
This one?
This one here.
His collection is filled with rocks, bricks, and even a donkey statue.
He had nothing to do with it, but he got involved.
Mark has run this shop for 20 years and says he remembers the story behind almost every throw. But this one really stood out to me.
I saw a Bible verse and I looked at him, I was like, what's going on? He goes, she wrote that on there before she threw it to the back window.
He says one customer even kept coming back
Whatever he did was pretty bad.
Because he came in for a busted window 9 times.
I mean, did you give him a discount?
After a while, we became buddies.
Mark says love lessons can get expensive. He says he sees this all the time.
People don't realize in the glass business that we see this.
With some repairs costing up to $3,000 if every window is shattered.
Don't cheat. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg to fix these windows.
Mark says he's been with his wife since the 7th grade, and now all 7 of their children work at the family business.
To tell you the truth, a lot of these people that do it, they get back together.
What do you think that says about love in Corpus Christi?
It's that toxic love. You know how that goes.
I don't know how that goes. No, I don't.
Not the toxic love.
He's trying to give good relationship advice there.
All of that was good.
Yeah, it was.
Our professional baby namer is revealing what parents really chose in 2025, and the trends may surprise you. Here are a few of them. Colleen Slagan, founder of the name Bebe, released the full list of the names she helped families pick last year. Notable favorites like Liam, Ava, and Olivia are nowhere to be found on this list. Instead, the list highlights revived classic gender-neutral names and surname-inspired picks like Banks and Brooks. Slagan says it's less of a popularity ranking and more of a snapshot of where naming taste is headed, that is. Fresh, thoughtful, and a little unexpected for that matter, too.
Yeah, so I was looking these up because my kids' names are absolutely never on any of these lists. I saw Hampton was on there. It was Hampton Blythe, but okay.
Hampton's on there nonetheless.
Ford was on there, which I was surprised, and so was Hayden. It was Hayden something, but still, it was on there.
They're all there.
I mean, some of the really names are like Jackson Edward or Henry Lee, Isla Rose. I mean, just some really cool names.
Yeah. Double first names in a way that are coming. Yeah.
A lot of double first names, or maybe she's giving them their first and middle name.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
There were a lot of good Crew Levi. Like, okay.
Wow.
I like these names.
What was the first one?
Crew Levi.
Crew Levi. I don't think I've ever heard.
Caspian Rhodes. Blair Bridget.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like very interesting names.
Very classic, for sure.
And maybe sometimes specific to a family, right?
Right.
Drawing in a family name or whatever, but
that is
not
true.
those same ones that you hear all the time.
That is very true, yeah.
There we go. The more you know.
My name was not on the list.
Mine's never on the list.
Yeah. Well, an internet fan favorite robot is back, and this time it is really showing off. Boston Dynamics released new video of its Atlas robot pulling off a round-off back handspring right there. That was pretty good. Wow. But just for fun, the company also included a blooper reel showing the tumbles and the misfires that it took to get there. Kind of like real life, right? Oh. The clips are part of final testing for the humanoid robot ahead of wider deployment.
Okay, but why didn't we see it fall?
Yeah, where was the falling?
I was waiting for it.
Oh, wait.
Boop, there it is.
Right there.
Okay.
That's realistic.
Yeah.
That's kind of realistic to humans.
That'd be me if I ever did that.
Why do we need this robot? I just need y'all. I'm just telling you, I need real people with real emotion.
That's the real question. What's the purpose?
It made us smile. And we talked about how bad we are at flipping. Because I don't know how to flip.
And if they want to keep it for that, for my entertainment, but I need y'all.
Right?
Real humans
people.
with real emotions.
There we
Agreed.
Go. All right, well, this is a sort of a warm story, right? An Alaskan drummer has set his sights on the Guinness World Record, and after years of preparations, he had only 60 seconds to make it happen. On stage, Tim Saunders unleashed a double stroke roll, landing an incredible 1,415 beats in a single minute. Talk about those fast wrists. Far surpassing the previous record, but breaking a record isn't official until all the evidence is verified, including video, independent witnesses, and a timekeeper statement. For Saunders, it was all a test of skill, endurance, and determination. But for now, the wait begins to see if this historic drum roll is officially recognized. In the meantime,
wow,
we'll have to wait.
How do you count that?
I don't know, but that is impressive.
But you got to go frame by frame in that case.
You kind of do, I guess.
My fingers started cramping just watching him. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
See, that's just too much for me.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he gets his record.
I hope
Hopefully
so
he
too.
does. It'll be definitely most worth it for sure.
Speaking of records, almost hit one yesterday.
We almost did. We were 2 degrees shy in Tyler, and we're not going to be getting close to records today, but we'll still be very warm. We'll also have a little bit more cloud cover for a change. So that is what we have for today. On top of the winds too, can't forget about that. Southwesterly winds, 15 to 20 miles per hour. We could have gusts up to 25 miles per hour. There's the cloud cover overhead. That's going to be ahead of our next system, which will be arriving into tomorrow with a little bit of rain. 65 the current temperature in Tyler, south-southwesterly breeze at around 15 miles per hour. The cloud cover will be here to stay through tomorrow, at least tomorrow morning. Second half of the day looks much, much better. We'll see a little bit more sunshine. 59 in Hev Hill. We also have 61 in Center, 64 in Nacogdoches, 65 in Tyler, Mineola, Gilmer, Mount Pleasant. Pretty comfortable for this time of year, and we're going to be continuing to climb in those temperatures as well. There's the winds. 15-mile-an-hour winds in Tyler, 10-mile-an-hour winds in Jacksonville. And these are just the actual sustained winds. The actual gusts themselves are going to be between 20 and 25 miles per hour, so don't be too surprised if you just see a little bit of a heavier gust from time to time for today. Again, those clouds will continue to stay around for today. 70s for the afternoon. Very comfortable for this time of year. We'll make it to around 76 for this afternoon, and the clouds will continue to hang around at least through tomorrow morning. That's when we could have the chance for a few showers. Then we'll be done with the rain, I should say, through Thursday and Friday. And then a bigger chance of rain arrives for this weekend with some heavier rain. We'll take a look at all those details coming up in your full forecast.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. 7:48 this morning. We all like a cup of Joe, right? But could your morning cup of coffee do more than just wake you up? Up next, we'll look at some research suggesting coffee may lower the risk of dementia.
Welcome back. Time for health news. Catching the flu could raise your risk of heart disease. Mount Sinai researchers identified a link between the influenza A virus and cardiovascular disease. It is believed that the flu can damage the heart, which can raise the risk of a heart attack or other major cardiovascular events. Researchers say this may explain why heart attacks rise during flu season. People with obesity face a 70% higher risk of life-threatening infections. A study published in The Lancet found that obese people are much more likely to be hospitalized or die from an infectious disease, including the flu, COVID-19, pneumonia, and urinary tract infections. The study's authors say by addressing obesity, more than 500,000 lives worldwide could be saved. And a new study suggests that we can train our brains just like we train our muscles. Researchers with Johns Hopkins Medicine had adults 65 and older do around an hour of cognitive training multiple times over 5 to 6 weeks. The people who did the regular cognitive training had lower rates of dementia and Alzheimer's disease than people who didn't. The benefits from the training even lasted as long as 20 years. Well, here's something to think about as you're drinking your morning cup of coffee. It may be doing you more than just waking you up. New research suggests that that morning staple for many of us could actually help lower the risk of dementia. Karen Hua explains.
It's delicious. It's complex.
Carlos Galan is trying a new blend at New Heights Coffee Roasters in Houston.
Always black, no cream, no sugar.
It's how he always starts the day.
I try to only have 2 cups of coffee.
A new study in the journal JAMA looked at data on more than 130,000 adults over 4 decades to see if consuming coffee and tea impacts dementia risk and cognitive function.
What they found was people who had moderate consumption of caffeinated coffee or tea, so 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day, 1 to 2 cups of tea per day, had a lower risk of dementia, but we cannot say based on this study that this is actually protective.
Dr. Celine Gounder is a CBS News medical contributor. The study did not find an association with decaffeinated coffee, something researchers say suggests caffeine may be a factor in the possible benefits.
Now, experts caution this study shows a connection, not proof that drinking coffee or tea prevents dementia.
I would caution about changing your habits around caffeinated beverages based on just this study. They only found a possible protective effect with very moderate levels of consumption. If it's not something you're already doing, I wouldn't suggest you start to drink caffeinated beverages. If you're somebody who's at high risk for heart arrhythmias, who has high blood pressure, who has acid reflux, coffee may not be the best thing for you.
Researchers say while the findings are encouraging, the effect size is small, and that exercising, eating right, and getting enough sleep are important ways to protect cognitive function as people get older. Karen Hua, CBS News, Houston.
All right, 7:53 this morning. The Super Bowl wasn't just about the game. Let's be honest, a lot of us watch for the commercials too, if not only for the commercials. Some made us laugh, others pulled our heartstrings, and others are just unforgettable. So we wanted to know this morning, what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial that you're still talking about even a couple days after?
A lot of people are talking about the Budweiser commercial with the bald eagle. It was so sweet. The horse and the eagle. Like about 5 in a row said that. Amanda did say the Dunkin' Donuts with Ben Affleck, which I liked that one too. I liked both of those a lot.
The Jurassic Park one was good that I saw. That's the one Matt talked about. But a good chunk of these, talking about that, the Clydesdales and the Budweiser commercial.
What is it about those Clydesdales? I did think the one that threw a little shade was the Pepsi commercial.
I didn't see that one.
They had polar bears.
Yeah, okay, I did see. I saw that was an early release one.
Which is usually a Coca-Cola
thing. A Coca-Cola thing.
So
their marketing team was great for that one, man.
All right, we're going to get a quick look at weather right now. How are things looking out there?
Yeah, not looking too bad at all. We got some scattered rain on the way for tomorrow as we head into tonight, I should say. Scattered rain moving in. Above average temperatures will continue through the rest of the week. Rain will return in a stronger fashion for this weekend. We got a weather impact alert in place for Saturday, Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, right now looking pretty soggy. There's some showers off to the south and west, currently impacting areas of west and central Texas. We'll see a little bit of that into tonight, and it'll be really into the overnight hours of tonight, but for tomorrow morning shouldn't be too much of an impact here. Only seeing a little bit of rain here and there. Thursday and Friday we get a break completely, and then Saturday and Sunday roll around, and a bigger, more potent wave will be moving in with some heavier showers, maybe even some thunderstorms as well. It could be pretty heavy at times. 70s for today. We'll continue to see lots of cloud cover. There goes the showers. Blink and you'll miss it, basically. And then once we get to around 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, basically during the bulk of that morning commute, should be out of the woods by then. We'll actually be clearing out for the rest of the morning. We'll see a little bit more sunshine. And for the afternoon, upper 60s to low 70s. And then we'll see a little bit more cloud cover for Thursday morning before clearing out for the afternoon. Temperatures increasing again into the middle to upper 70s. You can see the wind right out of the south. That's bringing up some much warmer temperatures. And then Saturday, come Sunday, we got a couple of pockets of heavy rain that could be a possibility. We certainly do need the rain. This will not cure us from the drought, but it certainly will be welcomed considering how dry we have been, and temperatures will drop down into the 60s for the weekend. At least 1, maybe even 1.5 inches of rain is going to be a possibility when all is said and done. And keep in mind, we're about 5 to 6 inches below average for where we should be. So this will likely just make a little bit of a dent, but we can still be thankful that we're seeing a little bit of rain. So weather impact alert in place for Saturday. We will keep you updated on the latest through the week.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. We're about to step away for a quick moment while we do our over-the-air broadcast.
Stay with us. We'll be right back here on CBS 19 Plus.
Good morning, all. I'm Jesus Martinez.
And I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for being with us for this news update. Lufkin ISD voters are being asked to decide on a major investment in the district's future, with the school board placing a $140.25 million bond proposal on the ballot in two propositions. Proposition A would focus on upgrades at Lufkin High School, including expanded career and technical education classrooms, a new agriculture barn, campus safety and security improvements, and the purchase of new school buses. Proposition B would center on athletics, with $42 million earmarked for construction of a new Lufkin High School stadium. Now, voters in Gladewater ISD will also soon decide on a multi-million-dollar bond proposal approved during last night's school board meeting. The $8.1 million plan would fund a range of projects, from upgrading school buses with state-mandated seat belts to HVAC and even classroom renovations. Superintendent Rayanne Patty says the focus is on improving learning environments while keeping the tax rate the same.
It's our town, it's our school district, and I want to be able to provide the best school district for everyone in this city, so that we can, help with economic development. It helps the city bring in more businesses, and so we want to continue the growth here in Gladewater, so that we will be able to grow as a city and as a school district and be a premier school district where students want to come and choose to come.
Election day for this bond is May 2nd.
UT Tyler ranks in the top 100 universities for online education. That's according to the 2026 U.S. News and World Report online program rankings. The university landed 13th online for best master's online nursing programs for veterans, 44th best for online master's in nursing programs, and 70th best for online bachelor's program for veterans. UT Tyler President Dr. Julie Philly says online education plays an important part in the objective in meeting students where they are. And Christus Health is expanding care in East Texas. A new emergency care center is now open in Mount Pleasant. The 36,000 square foot center includes a 13-bed emergency department, on-site lab, and full imaging services. The dedicated clinic space will also provide more than 50 full-time jobs, with the opening up in April.
All right, let's get a check of your weather now. Joel?
Yeah, we got lots of cloudy skies in store for today. Temperatures still staying pretty mild in the middle to upper 70s. Then we're looking at scattered rain moving in for tonight. We'll take a little bit of a break when it comes to the rain Thursday and Friday before rain makes a return in a heavier fashion for Valentine's Day. We do have a weather impact alert out for Valentine's Day. Could have some heavier thunderstorms, so we'll definitely keep you updated on that. 70s for today. Rain will move in for the early parts of Wednesday, but by the morning commute, all the rain should be out of here, and temperatures will be increasing to the upper 60s to low 70s with a little bit more sunshine. 40s for the start of Thursday. Will clear out for the afternoon on Thursday afternoon, and then 70s will make a return. And again, weather impact alert out for Saturday for that threat for some strong thunderstorms with heavy rainfall.
All right, just after 8 o'clock this morning, a manatee is recovering after a scary moment in Florida. First responders in Melbourne Beach used a crane to get the marine mammal out of the storm drain on Monday. Officials said the adult manatee was active and didn't show signs of cold stress once it was rescued. Wildlife authorities worked with federal, state, and local partners to figure out the best way to get the manatee out. Comfy now, manatees come to Blue Springs State Park to get warm during the colder weather.
Man, that was a process to get the manatee out.
I mean, especially, to get a crane, how heavy that manatee must be.
Oh, gosh.
And did you see the transport unit? It was like a trailer.
Forget cats in the trees.
Yeah, y'all ever seen a manatee in person?
I have not.
Yeah, they're pretty big. Oh, yeah.
I'm glad he's safe now.
Me too.
All right, we're going to have to be safe this weekend from all the rain as well.
Absolutely, yeah. In the meantime, just dealing with some cloudy skies. Let's take one more look outside. We got cloudy skies overhead and kind of a breeze out of the south-southwest, 15 to 20 miles per hour. We could see gusts up to 25 miles per hour. You're heading out the door with 60s all across the area. We'll be aiming for the middle 70s for the afternoon, and we'll still see those clouds hang around. That's going to be ahead of our next system arriving into early parts of tomorrow. We could have a couple of scattered showers just before the morning commute. So by the time you get to the morning commute, should be okay. Just watch out for maybe some slippery roadways from the rain. Then 75 and partly cloudy for Thursday, 78 with clouds becoming a little bit more widespread on Friday. And then as we head into Saturday, weather impact alert for some strong thunderstorms that could produce some heavy rainfall. Unfortunately, it's on Valentine's Day, right? It could happen. It could carry into Sunday as well. So we'll be watching very closely on the timing, and then 70s and sunshine return for Monday. Just our luck, right?
Maybe flowers and an umbrella for Valentine's Day?
Right.
I think that's a good one.
An
Yeah.
indoor date would be great. Stay at home, do a painting.
There's
a possibility of stuff
I don't mind
to
getting
do.
out in the rain as long as I'm prepared.
Right.
Exactly. As long as you're prepared, you'll be okay. But we'll keep you updated.
Unless it's like, really severe weather, then of course stay home.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
All right. Thanks so much for continuing your day here with us on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Catch the noon show. Also coming up right here.
I could be here for the latest news and weather throughout the day. Have a good morning, everyone. We'll see you back here dark and early tomorrow morning.